About 400 kilometers above our heads, there are two places where humans are actually living: the decades-old International Space Station and China's newer Tiangong Space Station. Tiangong is smaller by comparison, but some consider it the most advanced space station ever built. So today, let's hop inside the newer station and take a closer look at what makes it so advanced, and how it's starting to change what living in space really looks like. A space station is basically a hotel in the sky, except the guests, aka astronauts, aren't just relaxing. They're living and working up there for weeks or even months at a time. The most famous one is the International Space Station. It's huge, longer than a football field, with 16 connected modules and about 388 cubic meters of livable space, which is roughly like a big 6-bedroom house. It's also a true international effort, built and funded by the United States, Russia, Europe, Japan, and Canada. And it holds the title as the most expensive structure ever built, costing around $150 billion. Then there's the newer kid on the block, China's Tiangong Space Station. It was built for a fraction of the price, about $8 billion, and incredibly, it came together in under 2 years. The station stands about 16.6 meters tall, roughly the height of a 6-story building. Astronauts enter through a node module, basically the front door, and inside it's laid out kind of like a small home. There's a compact section for sleeping, like a bedroom, a larger area for work, think home office or studio, and a resource module that acts as storage. Even though it's only about a third the size of the ISS, don't let that fool you. Tiangong makes smart use of its space. You could think of it as a compact, high-efficiency apartment, a fully equipped 3-bedroom, 2-living-room space with a generous storage area. Not bad for a place 400 kilometers above Earth.
One of the big things that sets Tiangong apart is how modern and high-tech it is. A lot of its systems are wireless, so you don't see that messy tangle of cables like you often do on the ISS. And when equipment isn't in use, it's tucked away behind sleek white panels, giving the whole space station a clean, minimalist look. More like a futuristic apartment than a science lab in space. So, what do astronauts actually do in this high-tech space home? Well, one of their top priorities is simply staying healthy. Life in space can take a serious toll on the human body. So, daily routines include a lot of health monitoring, regular maintenance, and, most importantly, exercise. In fact, astronauts have to work out about 2 hours every day to avoid what's often called space sickness. In microgravity, your body starts to change in some not-so-great ways. Muscles shrink, bones weaken, eyesight can get worse, and even the heart can get smaller. After just 6 months in space, an astronaut could lose up to 17% of their muscle mass. Not ideal for when they return to Earth. To fight this, Tiangong has its own little gym built right into the core module. There's a space bike, a treadmill, and resistance training equipment. The treadmill is specially designed with a gravity simulator that holds astronauts down so they can run like they would on Earth, helping to keep their muscles and bones strong. The space bike isn't just for casual pedaling either. It's used for interval and sprint training to boost heart health. Astronauts even wear a special respirator while biking to improve lung function. And there are tools for upper body workouts too, to make sure the entire body gets some love. Just like on Earth, keeping fit in space isn't just about staying in shape. It's essential for survival and long-term health.
After a good workout, it's no surprise the taikonauts, or Chinese astronauts, work up an appetite. And luckily, they've got plenty of food to choose from up there. The Tianhe core module is stocked with over 120 different types of space food. It's not just functional, it's balanced, tasty, and designed to last. Breakfast might include porridge, bread, pickled radish, or even braised quail eggs. For lunch, there's fried rice, pork chops, potatoes, beef soup, and a fan favorite, rice dumplings. Dinner brings lighter options like tuna, mushrooms, and lettuce. Plus, snacks like fruit, chocolate, and biscuits help round out the menu, so no one's going hungry or feeling deprived. Their dining area is more than just a spot to eat. It's equipped with a food heater, a fridge, drinking water supplies,
and even folding tables to make mealtime easier in microgravity. Now, about that fridge, it does more than just keep leftovers cold. The space refrigerator on Tiangong plays a big role in science, too. It creates a stable, low-temperature environment to preserve research samples and support scientific experiments. The ISS has something similar, like its cold atom lab, basically a super high-tech fridge that can chill atoms down to nearly absolute zero, that's minus 273.15 degrees Celsius, to study strange quantum effects. But here's something the ISS doesn't have, a microwave. Yep, Tiangong has its own space microwave oven, delivered by the Tianzhou 2 cargo craft. This isn't your average kitchen appliance. It's specially designed to survive the intense shaking of launch and can operate continuously for up to 10 years. It's built with a super efficient magnetron and a custom lightweight power system to meet the station's strict weight and size limits. So yes, warm meals in orbit are officially a thing. And when it comes to drinks, things get a bit creative. For example, in microgravity, liquids don't behave like they do on Earth. Tea doesn't pour, it floats around in droplets. So instead of drinking tea, Chinese astronauts can even eat it using chopsticks, which can cling to the floating droplets, thanks to surface tension. Pretty cool, right? There's also a well-known saying aboard the ISS. Yesterday's coffee is tomorrow's coffee. It's not just a joke, it's reality. Most of the water used in space is recycled. The life support systems on both the ISS and Tiangong recover water from sweat, breath, and, yes, even urine. It's cleaned through a mix of condensation, distillation, purification, and filtration. The ISS manages to recycle about 95% of its water, while Tiangong isn't far behind at around 90%. Honestly, that's impressive either way, especially when every drop counts in space. There's a window right next to the bed, so when you lie down, you can look out at Earth, or even catch a sunrise or sunset. And here's the mind-blowing part. Because the space station orbits Earth at around 28,000 kilometers per hour, roughly 17,500 miles per hour, it makes a full lap around the planet every 90 minutes. That means astronauts get to see 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets every single day. Talk about a room with a view. Of course, the space station isn't exactly a vacation resort, at least not yet. There's real work to be done up there. Huang Weifen, chief designer of the astronaut system for China's manned space program, once explained that astronauts keep a packed schedule. Ground staff starts work at 8 a.m., and each morning the astronauts discuss their tasks for the day. Before wrapping up around 8 or 9 p.m., they also hold daily planning meetings to go over what's been done and what's coming next. One of the most iconic and intense tasks astronauts perform in orbit is the spacewalk, officially called an extravehicular activity, EVA. Spacewalks allow astronauts to step outside the space station in full protective suits to work directly in the vacuum of space. Astronauts go on EVAs for all kinds of reasons: installing or repairing equipment, testing new tools and technologies, or conducting scientific experiments. Some of those experiments are mounted outside the station to expose them to the harsh environment of space, radiation, temperature extremes, and microgravity, which helps researchers understand how different materials behave out there. Spacewalks are also a smart way to handle repairs that would be too difficult or expensive to do from Earth. Rather than return broken equipment home, astronauts can often fix it right there in orbit. China's Tiangong Space Station uses specially designed EVA suits stored in the Wentian module's airlock. And make no mistake, spacewalks are dangerous and exhausting. On the Tiangong station, Chinese taikonauts aren't alone during spacewalks. They're assisted by the station's powerful robotic arm, located on the core module. This robotic arm is the largest, most complex, and most precisely controlled space-based mechanical system of its kind developed in China. It's responsible for a wide range of critical in-orbit tasks, everything from moving entire modules to supporting spacewalks, handling external cargo, inspecting equipment, and performing maintenance. The core module's robotic arm has an extended reach of 10.2 meters and can lift up to 25 tons, earning it the nickname the station's strongman. It's a technological milestone in China's space program, involving breakthroughs in materials, manufacturing, and long-life design. All its core components are domestically produced. The arm itself mimics a human limb with 7 degrees of freedom. 3 joints at the shoulder, 1 at the elbow, and 3 at the wrist. Each joint corresponds to a degree of movement, allowing the arm to operate in all directions and angles, front, back, left, right, just like a real human arm. But there's more. The robotic arm can also crawl across the space station to expand its range. Thanks to its identical joint design on both ends, it can latch onto adapters using its end effector, detach, and move itself along the station's structure like a robotic inchworm. This capability allows it to reposition itself across the modules and assist wherever it's needed. When not working, the astronauts enjoy a diverse and enjoyable rest life. The space station is fully covered by mobile Wi-Fi, creating a smart home-like living space. Each astronaut is equipped with a handheld device that allows them to adjust the cabin lighting to their personal preferences, such as sleep mode, work mode, and exercise mode. This allows them to adjust their moods and avoid the discomfort of prolonged periods of monotony. Astronauts can also make video calls and instantly access their mobile devices, enjoying the internet life on the space station. Whether it's extravehicular activities or work and life within the space station, they all require strong coordination between the Earth and the sky, and close cooperation inside and outside the space station. High-speed and timely communication with the ground is particularly important during extravehicular activities, which is a major test of the communication capabilities between the Tianhe core module of the space station and the ground tracking and control station. The third-generation relay terminal product, developed by the 5th Academy of China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation, establishes relay links with the relay satellites, Tianlian-1 and Tianlian-2, to achieve relay communication, ensuring real-time and smooth communication between astronauts and the ground. It is like building a sky road in space between the ground and relay satellites, and between relay satellites and astronauts.